back. Game number 2 in this best of 2 series in the Mytel International Championship. Of course, we are going to be our shoutcasters, Nomad and Wolf. Natalia, Claude, going to get banned out. No signs of a Ling ban just yet.
Maybe that's an adjustment that you can do in the second round, or maybe during your picks. But we'll see. As like I said, this is just a way to standard for the teams anyways. This is Natalia, this is Claude. I think we saw this almost all throughout the day. If Natalia gets let through, it's just automatic that teams will just go for it anyway. So it's just standard bans and picks for teams, I'd say.
Very, very standard. Probably a Selena ban here for Royal Esports. Rebo does play a mean Selena.
Yep. But now I think it's Lusty to take the Rebo spot, while it's EJ to take the Lusty spot, and Rebo now to take the Coco spot. So it's weird. Now, we're saying this because we know Bren Esports a lot, but if you are unfamiliar, Rebo is supposedly their support, their roaming support. But now he's playing as a core in the absence of Coco. Rebo, however, this is not an unfamiliar plane like we said in the early in the first game. Rebo already played as core for Bren Esports in many occasions before. Lusty, though, this is I guess he's the one who really adjusted so much, because I know Lusty has that hard tank, initiating tank. But in this specific match, he will have to give it to EJ, and then he'll take like the roaming support kind, or the utility support kind.
We'll see if he is going to be the utility support here for this Bren lineup, as they are hovering over, and they hovered over Nessus earlier, but Athams is going to be the good pick. Esmeralda, of course, not going to be the choice here because it's going to be taking Akufra, securing that good tank for the team.
Actually surprised about this very early Gushan pick. I mean, from my experience, this is new. But I guess Gushan previously, I mean, if you look maybe a year back, this is top picked, and it is valid to put the Gushan in like the first or your second pick. But now the meta dictates it's not like the best hero to go unless you have your own set of plans. I mean, even Bren Esports, they have shown us Gushan before, and it's also used as a side laner with the execute, and it's the purpose of the Gushan is just to burst down opponents. But this one, does this mean that Esmeralda and Gushan will be side laners? That's the question.
They have to be side laners for that matter. I'm not feeling the Diggy ban though. The Diggy pick, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes.
They're going for a high loss too. This might mean that they're gonna be running the El Clasico 2-2-1.
I don't like it now. We'll see though. Maybe they'll get another funnel hero. If they ban Hanzo, does it mean that they'll go like something like carry on the mid lane, or the funnel receiver, or the jungle, whatever you call it? But Bren Esports, they have so many picks now. They might go Farsa again, or Valier, and they can go carry as well, or 1-1. We're seeing,
or a Bruno.
But yeah, it's carry.
Carry's better.
Carry's better. Cho is good. And with Selena on Lusty, I think, or maybe Rebo, we don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. So it's 1-1.
Insta-lock on the Wan.
Okay.
What do you think about this, though? Does Royal Esports stand a chance with this composition going up against this Bren Esports lineup?
In very tight conditions, yes. They have to make sure that this Esmeralda and this Gushan, with the Hylos Diggy combo, the 4-man gang squad will be able to make the space for 1-1 to fight. And it's not impossible. It's just that the win condition is so narrow that minor mistakes will hamper their growth as a team when it comes to the team fights in many stages. So what you want to do here is have the Esmeralda pop off, as well as the Gushan from the side lanes, challenge the Cho and the Thams. It's not impossible to kill these heroes with the Gusion for sure, if you know what you're doing. But it seems like they're doing it differently. So they'll go Purify on Gusion. I honestly don't like it. Here's the thing, right? Gusion is just a hero that if you are so defensive on how you approach things, like picking up the Purify means that you have not drafted your Gusion well. Imagine drafted Gusion, you better be sure that that Gusion is gonna be comfortable. But being forced to have Purify on a hero that needs burst and damage and cooldowns means that you're not doing your job when it comes to drafting so well.
And I don't know, this kind of feels like an all-in draft here for Royal Esports. I just gotta point that out. It's well-rounded, but it feels all-inny. Do you? If you
Yeah,
is that what I'm saying?
yeah, I like it. That's the term. It's full committal or else nothing. It's all or nothing, I'd say. Nevertheless, it's last thing to be caught by its ball, but a nice jump in there from the Kufra means that they'll get the kill in the highest first. The Thaps will be taken out, but that also gives Rebo a little bit of time to go in. Rebo actually playing as the core this time.
Yeah, that's
And Few is a support. So it seems.
Hey, Selena's Few is Few Selena was very impactful in the early days when he was still playing with Signal Ultra.
Oh.
And with that, I'm sorry, give me 1 second there, Wolf.
Okay.
But yeah.
Few with the Selena. This is already what we call in the Philippines the championship Selena. A lot of fans were made. A lot of believers started believing with this hero. And it's not like it's stopping. So there you go. The jumping. He knows that this cushion is just level 2. And he gets the dashes in. Krautisi will be taken out. Why did Krautisi go there? He's already safe. I think
he's gonna try to. Yeah, let me just secure the kill, bro.
Alright. Even committed a flicker. Yeah. 4-0-1. Yeah, Krautisi picked. Few is now 4-0-1. The championship Selena coming out from Bren Esports. Funny though, Few used it against Bren Esports in the finals.
Yeah. Game winning Abyssal Arrows.
That's right.
But yeah, going back into the game though, Royal Esports, they are being forced in the back corner here. They're almost always being harassed here, left and right. The trades are not working out for them. And it's just so because that the composition here of Royal Esports is not the best composition going up against Bren Esports, especially on this lineup. I mean, yeah.
EJ, there's the jump. And another kill on the Gusion. Bottom lane, there he is. Esmeralda, but he runs away. As Hylas is still struggling to get level 3. You know what? How about we show the EXP? Because it's really bad on the side of the red side. Oh, it's the worst. This is probably the biggest lead that I ever saw when it comes to EXP lead. This is almost 4K. Yeah, sorry, Nomad.
Yeah, having that 4K lead in EXP would just mean that you don't have the items just yet. That's true. But with just the level ups, with the level advantage that you have against your opponents, you will more than likely come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of items, we'll have a look at the items here real quick. And they're already starting to look good here for Bren Esports, despite the fact that they all have basically the same items to start off with. No solid first items just yet.
Oh, they found G-Diep now. Side Diep. Okay, now they jump with the EJ. Yeah, that's better. Oh, Few now. The stun. Oh, of course. Goodbye.
Well, he manages to make it out there.
What? Okay. Anyways, few 5-1-1 with a Selena now. This is a quote unquote support we're seeing. Carl TZ now gonna be reverse time, but that's Cho how do I say this? Sneaky and slippery. Can always shunpo out of the reverse time from the Diggy.
And this is going to be another fight onto side DP. Going to be forced to use a Glorious Pathway to try to catch EJ. EJ goes for the Rage. Nice timing on the time journey there. And this is going to be a reaction now for Bren Esports because they realize that there's no longer any times journey, but Centuries making it work with the burst down on the full combo, and Wan secures the kill.
Looking good now. Definitely for Bren Esports. Lusty on the bottom lane, just pressuring Zane now. He's more than a level ahead of the Esmeralda, of the counterparts. And I also want to talk about 1-1 now with the veteran hunter, I think it's called. How much gold does he have right now? It's just 4K. It's actually near the carry, even when carry has 102 and bounty hunter. He's at 301 anyways with a veteran hunter. He's actually doing good for 1-1. So even when Bren Esports are leading by substantial amount of gold and you can feel the momentum in their favor, let's just take that 1-1. Neil on this 1-1 can turn it around. It's not looking bad at 1-1 at all.
Yeah, it also manages to secure a Corrosion Scythe there as well. So despite Carrie having the endless battle for himself, or for herself, I mean, the Corrosion Scythe is still a good pickup here for 1-1. And the Abyssal Arrow does connect on to Enly. Not going to be using the time journey just yet because there won't be any commitments here. Probably going to be waiting for EJ to dive in order for them to start using the time journey. Rebo, though, kiting side DP, kiting Neil, and Neil's going to fall down. That's going to be the marksman out of the equation here. Side DP going to be forced to back off and leaving Centuries on his own. Sword Spike connects onto Rebo, but will not be following it up. And Rebo, speaking of a flicker, bouncing ball!
Wow! Game IQ, man. Game IQ. Next level from EJ. This is the 6-man from Bren Esports. What's doing it? Now RTZ will be jumping onto the backline, just stunning him off. I really love the decision making now from EJ. Going for the flicker bouncing ball. Make sure that this Gushan will not have a good time. Now KarTZ might be in trouble, but Rebo and the gang is still here. They want to go for the Hylas kill this time. Glorious Pathway going to be committed, and they'll take out the Hylas. Now jumping for the falling star over the 2-man star coming over KarTZ. The Jeet Kundo going to be falling through now. Few will be there, and the gang with Rebo to take down two valuable members of the squad.
Two very valuable members indeed. That's a tank, and that's one of the primary damage dealers here for Royal Esports. And now Bren Esports will have free reign here over the topside jungle. Turtle's going to be spawning in about 25 seconds, and that's going to be the viable objective here for them.
Yeah. Okay. Dominant size picked up by Hyla, so at least that's going good for them. At least the tanks are getting items now for Royal Esports. But can see there was Rebo who picked up an item that I forgot what it was, but it is the third item probably for Rebo, so it's just the second one. I'm sorry. Well, technically the third, considering the jungle item, but that's win in nature, which is great versus 1-1.
Yeah, and 1-1's just about to finish the Demon Hunter sword. Oh, not the Demon Hunter sword. The endless battle here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, now there'll be a clash now, few. But the jump from EJ, got your Centuries will have to pop the ultimate, the Purify as well, to just get away in there. Now the time's journey going to be used. Number one, go for the Kufra kill, but the Kufra able to flicker away. Now in comes KarTZ. 1 month stun after the Purifies have been used, as the 1-1 is going to be taken out. That's a very valuable kill. They jump in for more. They'll get 3 total kills in that very nicely juggled clash from Bren Esports. With just, I would say, the better trade for sure. A Kufra taking out a turret as a result. and 3 kills in total. I think they're happy with it.
They're
No,
happy.
man.
They are going to be very happy. There.
Few feeling it.
He's really feeling it. Wan is scaling well, but Carry is scaling better with this Carry ahead by 2k above this Wan. Wan still not able to finish up the endless battle there. And it's going to be a huge problem because that's going to be the next spike here by Neil.
Yep.
Inside DP.
Glorious pathway.
That's pretty curious, though. They're not going to be able to secure an objective there. Bottom lane, though, they will be securing the kill onto Zane. That is a waste of a glorious pathway, if I do say so myself. Lack of a commitment there. AJ in the back line. Sentry's going to be able to burst down Carl TZ. And this is going to be EJ stuck alone in a 1v5 here. There is no way he's going to be making that out of there. But Rebo is going to try to kite as well as he can. 1-1 ultimate is going to get popped. He still manages to survive there. And Rebo does not want to back off anytime soon. Lussie and Few is going to be rejoining him. Arrow going to be connecting. Few's going to be following it up with a garrote. Centuries, low on HP, manages to survive. Few, the reverse time is going to be forcing him back, and that is going to be the disengage that Royal Esports need to bounce back in this.
Will it be enough, though? I would say that was just an overcommitment from Bren Esports. I think that they were so happy with that forced glorious pathway that they overextended, or I mean overstayed their welcome. They were punished by Sentries as the Gushan. Strength of the Gushan for sure. And also, EJ was 1v4ing. Going up against 4 members of their opponents, and even when you're very farmed Kufra, you will not win against your opponents if you're just alone. And Rebo almost dying, unfortunately, but there's a time's journey now forced on top of the girl's pathway. Does Stiggy gonna be safe, but not the Hylas against the massive amount of damage that Rebo is dishing out. Neil in trouble, will not be hit by the arrow. A bit of a lucky break in there. Will thrown away, flying away again. They will take down the Cho, though. I don't understand how Carl TZ will lose that battle. He's 0-4-6 on the Cho. EJ jumping, punishing on, following up with a stun, but is going to be taken out by his opponents. Rebo going to be receiving Neil's ultimate, but watch out in the right clicks. I'm sorry, it's not right. It's just some taps in the
right taps.
Right taps. More than enough.
And even though Rebo died out there, Neil falls down as well. He is currently sitting at 6-4-1, and this is the sole win condition that Royal Esports has against this Bren Esports lineup. And even then, Rebo on his own would be able to take down this Wan and Side DP and then Lee. They're doing their best to try to stop this Lord from entering their base, but they're not going to be able to do so just yet. And Lussie is just going to be standing there waiting for the pristine opportunity to push in. Lord's going to get taken down. And this is Bren Esports playing textbook Bren Esports play. Few gets the Abyssal Arrow, will not be following it up with a garrote. And while that's happening, Lusty is going to be fighting up here in the top lane. 5v1 has the Cauldron Inferno, but he will manage to at least buy some time for the team to stabilize. But that's still Lusty down and out for the count for 40 seconds.
I don't think he needed to justify his actions anyway. No, man, that was, for me, from my perspective, a definite mistake from Lusty. And
that's true.
Actually, I think they all swapped up their roles. Rebo is now playing core. So it's only EJ who stayed through with his position or his role. As Few finds the arrow, finds the mark. Neil is going to be defended by the Diggy, and there's the punishment onto Few. It's going to be the ultimate crossbow coming out from 1-1. Just the decision from Bren Esports is not to fight. Carl TZ forced to use the way of the dragon, just control Zane. Zane marches forward, but in comes Rebo. Phantom step in. Where's the next one? They go for the jump, but the reverse time prompts Rebo to not overly commit. Against the Esmeralda, there's no free pick-off the Bren Esports were able to get after that death on Few.
And no signs of EXPs and golds swinging in the favor of Royal Esports, but they're slowly equalizing. The 10,000-15,000 gold lead that they once had now down to 9,000 gold lead. Bren Esports will definitely want to try to secure this game as fast as they can, because as soon as Neil and the Centuries do have their items, they will be threats here. But I
Yes, sir.
digress. Lord is being zoned out pretty well here by EJ and Rebo, making sure that there's no attempt from Royal Esports to at least push towards the Lord area. Because once they get that, that's going to be a breather for Royal Esports.
Feel with landing all of these bonus arrows. It's not like it's the. It's not like it's not. What did they say? It's the most punishing or any waste because arrows. The best thing about them is that they're so spammable, and then you will always forget how many shots you. I mean, from a spectator's point of view, you will always forget a player's missed shots with just one shot that he landed in the late game that made all the difference, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what they're eyeing for.
Meanwhile, top lane though, Zane's gonna be down, and this does not have to be a full commit of Royal Esports into the Lord, and the call for Bren Esports to rush into the base is here.
No
Sentry
way.
is gonna be forced
No way.
to back off here. We'll be able to take down the cannon minion, but he's gonna be able to take down the burst down onto Carlteasy, and Lusty doing his best. Winter Trunch is gonna get popped. And Centuries will be able to take down the two aggressors there from the side of Bren Esports. It is a 2-for-2 trade as Rebo in a tight spot here against Neil. He won't be able to out-sustain himself there, and that is a bit of a slight blunder by Bren Esports, but
No,
a blunder nonetheless.
it's not a bit. No, man, it's a big blunder for me. They were outplayed by the Gushan top lane. In the base, Centuries, even that nice pop on the Winter Truncheon. I think that this Gushan from Centuries, even though there's no skin available, I'm sure that this guy already knows how to use this hero so well. And now Bren Esports might lose the Lord because this, and indeed they will. Even another kill and another one. And another double kill for Centuries. 8-4-3. What a massive throw from Bren Esports.
And this is what I've been talking about. As long as the economy is relatively equal, as long as the items are available for Centuries and Neil, they will become problems. Neil on his own, Centuries on his own was able to do a 2v1. One more if a big team fight comes and 1-1 joins in the fray, right? It's not. It's still doable for Royal Esports.
Oh, Carlteasy. Carlteasy. Well, he's just chosen. Gets away. But that's tier 2 turret surely gonna go down. Mid lane. Are they gonna go for this? They know that Few is not around yet. So they pop the Doris pathway, I mean. Sorry about that. So very quickly taking down the turret. Jumping from Zane, not gonna land on anyone. As the threat in the middle is the Lord, but not so much. Short-lived as Rebo already got his own purple buff. Orange buffs. They go for the Hylas, but Hylas stacks it through. They'll jump in. Oh, what a bouncing ball in there, but the Time's Journey makes it sure that the retreat is gonna happen. Will they be punishing anyone from the backlines though? Not at all. As Enli will be able to run away. The Hyla still stands strong, but this is the carry. They really want to go for this, and the 1-1 with the ultimate gets him down. There's no more carry for the side of Bren Esports, but they'll take out the Diggy. Looks like Neil is going to be in trouble as well, but in comes Centuries, just poking through. Cannot overly commit. They also punish the 1-1 with Lusty and Few in here. So again, you always forget the shots that you didn't hit just by one very crucial arrow to take.
Oh!
Centuries though. Oh, what a jump from EJ, but Centuries with the Purify. We were questioning this, Nomad. But I guess that in the end, it saved this Gushan. But for how long though? There's the arrow,
Nice
but it
sidestep.
will not. A nice sidestep from Centuries. Not going to be able to sidestep the Time's Revenge.
Nice
though.
Winter.
A truncheon in there. But
He's
this is the
juking.
best. Incandescence used. He's juking and jiving. Arrow! Oh!
Sniped
Sniped.
from downtown. That is exactly what happened there. And Bren Esports, they're going to be fighting back. You took away our inhibitor turret. We will fight back and take your mid lane inhibitor turret, and that is exactly what they're doing. But that was a good effort by Royal Esports, forcing
Very
a
good
lot of issues there on the side of Bren Esports. Able to take down the mid lane inhibitor, able to take down Rebo, EJ, and Few, but they just overstayed their welcome, and it's good that Bren Esports decided to go for the chase down onto Centuries in order for him to be out of the game and be not as big of a threat for Bren Esports so far.
not as big as a threat. I'd say yes, but only if Bren Esports will just regain their composure, as well as Royal Esports. I think there were so many chaos happening, and Bren Esports did not receive the better end of that chaos. Obviously, Royal Esports fed off of that chaos as well, but in the latter stages, they also suffered some losses in there. And I would say that losses for the side of Royal Esports are more punishing as there is from the side of Bren Esports.
Yeah. Especially even if Century is the one going down, that is still going to be the primary burst damage here onto carry. That they
Mirror
needed to
move. Actually. Few is here though, threatening for a stun as they exchange the Esmeralda for the Kufra, and obviously you don't want that trade at all if you're Royal Esports. Might go for Few though. If they catch Few, that would be great. But this is Few, Championship Selena. And he is going to be happy to really commit to this fight. I think he can take down the Hylos for sure. Arrow doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. That's Few. Once again, crucial plays. But Carl TZ going to be able to Shunpo that reverse time. And that's already telegraphed. Puts Bren Esports.
Nice arrow once again. That was a nice arrow onto Enly. They're going to be trying to protect this Lord take by Rebo, and they are going to be forced to reset it. Royal Esports, low on HP. They do not want this from happening, but they need to back off now because the minion waves are now pushing in. That's going to be where Esmeralda comes in. Sentries fall down by the hands of Few. And now the flicker into the Shunpo, and the Jeet Kune Do in the way of the dragon is going to be committed. And it's only a matter of time. This might just be it. Bren Esports might just get a 2-0 victory here.
I think it's over, Nomad. They have Few, they have Cartesi, they have Lusty, and only Zane to defend from Royal Esports. There's the classic Bren Esports recall to the face. They'll take down the base and might get the 2-0. Not might, they will get the 2-0 of this. They're just going for exit frags at this point. My man, Nomad. And you thought the Bren Esports have lost touch. You thought that them swapping roles will give them the defeat. But that's not going to happen against the top teams here. From the Philippines side, well done from Bren Esports. But I'm sure some of the fans of Philippines, of Bren Esports, were a little bit scared of that.
A little bit scared, indeed. It was a good amount of a comeback there for Royal Esports, but ultimately it was just a I've been saying perseverance a lot today.